Welcome into the Bro 4 Squad podcast, where we like to drink beer and watch movies. Tonight, we are coming at you live from Shanghai in 1935 to give you yet another world-famous movie commentary on Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. We currently have our movies paused at the roughly 4-second mark. A Paramount picture is fully up on the screen. This is currently on Disney Plus as recording this. It's probably not if you're listening to this 5 years from now. But that's all right. You can find it.
Like 5 days from now. Who knows? This thing is
That's
elusive.
True. It's such a fluid situation. I am Brian Banner, and while you guys go and grab your satchels, I want to welcome in the other bro who you just heard from. Joining me tonight, the mayor himself, Jeff Hornacek. Now, Horns, if I'm not mistaken, you are an official amateur archaeologist. What's the neatest thing you've ever found?
The clitoris. No, I'm just kidding. That's not real.
Christ.
We'll keep that in, right?
Yeah, no, that was all right, guys. So we are gonna hit.
I had a short round joke planned, but I just had to go for it. The nice thing about just getting that out of the way is if you tuned off the commentary, then it was going to happen in the next 10 minutes anyway. And if you stuck with us, then we're our people.
Yes, you are in a safe place if you stuck with us. All right, guys, we're going to hit play in 3, 2, 1. Shanghai.
How many podcasts do you hear Disney Plus and then clitoris in like consecutive sentences?
At least one.
Love the Paramount logo fading into the drum.
They do a good job with that in all the Indiana Joneses.
This is actually a hibachi restaurant, so it was someone's birthday was what they were just celebrating right there.
This is the dumbest fucking thing. I'm not a fan of Temple of Doom. I like it better than Crystal Skull, but that's not hard to do.
I mean, that's a low bar.
While this song is catchy and gets stuck on my head for a week, I don't get it. I don't understand why we have this giant musical number at the beginning of the movie. Just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's a bit jarring, I will say that. Although less risky to do in a sequel than in the original. Like, people have a little bit of an idea of who Indiana Jones is. I have to say, Short Round, I forget his name. He's a great actor. Was just back in the limelight with Everything Everywhere All at Once coming out. I was a little disappointed because of his newfound fame that they didn't try and put him, and maybe they do, but he hasn't been marketed as part of the Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, I was always disappointed in that as well. I haven't seen Dial of Destiny, obviously, at the time of this recording. That has not been released yet.
Soon, though.
It's very soon. This is so fucking dumb. Like, I want to see
This is what the Tampa Bay Rays do when someone hits a home run. They just have this rolled out. And Kathleen Kennedy's been around a while, huh?
Yeah. Involved with George Lucas, because if I'm not mistaken, he helped write this movie. I might have made that up, though. I can't.
No, he is credited with the story by, which, as we know, if it's not the screenplay but it's the story, that's usually where he's at his best.
Yeah. Just had something.
But I believe
I don't know what it was. My boy, John Williams.
The Indiana Jones movies are distributed still under the Lucasfilm banner, right? So Kathleen Kennedy is technically in charge of the production of the new one, or is that still part of 20th Century Studios?
I'm not sure. I think it's still. I don't know, honestly. Actually, I have the answer to that. I just know that I want to vomit because of this fucking scene. We always say on this podcast, your first scene doesn't have to be the best, but it's got to set a tone. This does not set the right tone for me.
Right, not the tone that you want if you're an Indiana Jones diehard fan.
This is technically a prequel, also, by the way. This is chronologically. This happens before Lost Ark.
Right, which is just it's fine. It doesn't really matter. Because they're just separate adventures that he goes on. But I guess if you're talking about like character development, And Dial of Destiny, it looks like, is going to play a lot with time jumping as well. Not like a time travel sense, but showing a lot of him fighting Nazis in World War II era or post World War II, maybe.
Yeah. And that's how I like my Indiana Jones. I like him fighting Nazis. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
I think we all. That's when he's at his
I'm
best.
not a fan of this one, and obviously Kingdom Skull. He's fighting the Russians, I believe, and it's just not doesn't have the same feel.
This guy's got like, was that a double bow tie on the right?
Triple actually.
It's like those belts that like you can flip them to brown or black depending on your outfit.
So versatile.
That's the Infinity Gauntlet she's wearing, actually.
Yes, yes, it is.
Brian, you wore this dress to my
Post
wedding.
bullet, actually.
Right.
Yeah, but I pulled it off.
Absolutely, you did. That's not very subtle, like the way he's holding the gun to him. You're supposed to do it under the table like Han and Greedo, not like above while you're eating your lamb chop.
Yeah. Hey,
This
there's
guy
a
in the
gun in your
back,
face, but nobody's gonna
14-inch
notice because I have a
chopsticks.
napkin over the top of it.
Yeah, but also we could use some more chips for this queso. I'm not trying to eat it with a spoon.
Yeah, and I also ordered some guac. Haven't seen that.
I don't want to be that guy, but the table over there came in after us, and they got their food before us.
I do
This thing
like
makes it
this.
so convenient.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say I do like the filming here of the Lazy Susan, where you're going up to the faces, down to the Lazy Susan, the spin. That is definitely not a roofied drink.
No, it's just bubbly like that because it's carbonated.
Yeah, obviously. It's flat water.
This, all right, the actress in question, this is Kate Capshaw playing Willie Scott.
Mm-hmm.
She's like lettuce wrap Rene Russo.
Oh, yes.
Like Rene Russo, like great value Rene Russo. If you can't get Rene Russo, you reach out to her. Especially in 1984. Actually, was Rene Russo around in 84?
I have no idea. Was it 84 that
That's
this
my
one came out?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's my dream one day to go to a restaurant and I snap at someone who works there and they bring me some item that I've been having them hold the entire time I was eating dinner.
That and having a usual.
Yeah, that's the dream.
I would love to have a usual. Like you
What's it
just
like, a
walk in and
lemon
they know.
drop?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was that or if it might have been. I don't know what it is.
This guy behind
These
him is like, if
guys.
you're gonna die, I have this tray to catch your head on.
Yep, no worries. They are laughing
Pretty
way
chicken
too
shit.
hard at this.
The guy on the left has never heard a joke before in his life.
No, he hasn't. Wait, your left or my
He looks
left?
like, yes. The guy, the skinny dude on the left looks like the archer in the Archer Hun in Mulan.
He does. Oh my god, I knew he looked familiar, but I could not place it.
It's a weird doppelganger. So now, why would they care if he killed this chick?
I don't know.
Just because she's hot?
I think, wouldn't you be able to tell the difference in popping a champagne bottle and a gunshot? Or, like, were guns in 1935 just not that loud?
Possibly, yeah. But some people party hard.
So, does he own this
Well, guess we're
nightclub,
not
or are
getting
they just
dessert
at
now.
a nightclub?
That's a good question. I think the guy with the Wolverine sideburns might own it,
Okay.
or he's a VIP. They're gonna kiss. He wanted to,
He did. Too bad he died first.
but Indy didn't want to give him the wrong message. Banner, based on the way he's reacting, I think I've been poisoned several times in my life.
Okay, that's just, again, just insane. Yeah, that's just called being drunk, Jeff. He just kebabbed a guy.
Yep. If you go to a Brazilian steakhouse and you order meat that you don't end up finishing, that's actually what they do to you.
Oh, is that custom?
Most of the high end places, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not rich enough to afford that, so Cycly is seen to that.
Maybe for like your birthday, we can take you or something.
That'd be nice.
Play your cards right. This is a
So
little
all
bit
these
of
like
slapstick gag here.
yeah, I was just about to say like I just have such a problem with these things getting kicked around the floor and then
I know
essentially just
it's a
a
trope
war
that's just like,
breaking
dude,
out.
really.
It's just like a war has broke out in the middle of this nightclub and no innocent bystanders are like, "Hey, should we help out or anything?"
I'm sure there's like a name for this style of humor, but it reminds me of like in Ice Age, you know how the squirrel is like chasing the nut all over like
Yeah.
the place, where it's like there's like a mini MacGuffin that you just can't seem to get, and it slips out of your hands, and oh no, I fell down. It's like, dude, really? Like even for like the lowest common denominator, I don't even think kids find that funny. Maybe in the Ice Age example they do, but this is just like, come on, let's get a little bit more creative.
I think the Ice Age thing is cute at first, but then they do it in a billion different ways and it's just kind of I don't know. Why does
Yeah.
this nightclub have so many balloons?
I think they were already planning for the New Year's Eve party here.
Ah,
I've always wanted to shoot one of those like Tommy guns.
yeah, I would agree with that. Can honestly say I've never done that, but
Be fun.
why is he like protecting her now all of a sudden? Like he just met. I don't even know if he technically has met her.
Does she still have the
He's like,
antidote in her dress?
oh, yep, that's why. Got it.
It's really less about her. This is always a fun escape path off the little
Yeah,
awnings.
Mr. Short Round.
Oh, Dr. Jones.
Is there an opportunity for your short round joke here, or does it got to come naturally?
Short round was actually just what my ex-wife called my penis.
Oh, okay. I thought that was common knowledge. Sorry.
Well, it's in my LinkedIn profile. I don't know if anyone here is friends with me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Genius to tie the block to his shoe.
Yeah, Short Round's a character that I wish we got more of actually.
Oh yeah,
I
but
think
maybe his strength
Indy
lies
having just a
in
child sidekick is
the fun dynamic.
hilarious.
No time for love. Maybe he's one of those characters though who's more effective when we have less of him.
I could see that.
Dude, Short Round, he could fucking Tokyo Drift with the best of them. He's hauling ass here.
And in that boat, um, so do you think Willie Scott sued Indiana Jones for grabbing that antidote out of her chest like 15 years later?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's money left on the table if she didn't.
Okay. It's irresponsible if she doesn't.
This guy, the villain right now, looks really familiar. He kind of looks like the Emperor from Ninja Turtles 3, but I know it's not the same person.
Yeah.
That kind of gave me some vibes to Back to the Future when Biff crashes his car into the manure.
Into the manure, yep. See, I think another reason why I hate this movie is Willie Scott just annoys the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah, she's just like the nagging shrew, and at least like Marion is like an alpha female, she holds her own.
Yeah,
Willie's just
she
kind of
can
like
fight a little
the
bit.
whole time. Although one thing, and this is where I think she is effective, is we definitely feel Indy's annoyance with her as the audience. We're like, dude, I get it.
100%. Yes.
Dan Aykroyd, forgot he was in this. Who looks like Robin Williams' dad in Jumanji.
He does.
That's how he's dressed. He's dressed like the young boy from The Sound of Music, but then like he got aged up by a magical spell, but he was trapped in his old clothes.
He's like the kid from the short little fat kid that is it Andy Richter plays in. He plays him when he's grown up, but in A League of Their Own.
Yeah. Yep.
He looks like a Augustus Fudge from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, the kid with like the perpetual fudge staying around his mouth. Does this flight come with the snack mix?
It's a short flight, so we actually don't even serve drinks on this one.
Wow.
We do have
what
a nice
joke.
chicken salad, though. $9 a plate, obviously.
Right. Nothing's cheap in the air. We all know that. This is the attire we know and love.
Yeah. Yeah, this is. I do appreciate him in like his professor get up with the glasses. I like that. Nice little change. You can clean up a bit. Is that a toilet behind his head?
I feel like everything on this plane is a toilet, but yeah, either that or a sink.
Hmm.
The vintage Indy put the cap over his eyes to sleep. Love
Yep.
that. Oh, I was gonna say, I hope we do the map tracking because that's like an Indiana Jones staple.
Yeah. It's so nice with like it's like transparent, so you still see the film behind or like the plane flying behind it.
Yep, and then we
So
get the
it's
stock
fun.
footage of just planes flying. For the geographically challenged, it's very nice, such as myself.
Would you be now? Can you sleep on a flight?
Intermittently, I know you can sleep on like anything,
Yeah, I can sleep standing up, so I can like
which is
run
what
a 5K sleeping. So
yeah, I'm incredibly jealous. That
there
is such a
are
gift.
there are times where I will fall asleep before the wheels leave the ground, and I wake up when the wheels hit the ground.
God, so you're like, did we even have a flight?
Yeah, it's like time. It's like literally like teleporting.
These guys are the most unsneaky, sneaky people I've ever seen.
And wouldn't you wake up once that fucking door is open?
I would say once we lost cabin pressure, yeah.
Now, you know what? I'm going to actually argue my own point here. I think he is recovering from that poison and he's trying to sleep it off and it just knocked him the fuck out.
That
You know?
definitely makes sense.
Like when you go on a weekend bender and you got to call in sick Monday just because you have to sleep all day.
And her nagging and screaming at him, I'm sure, is not helping him.
No, that's not helping you at all.
And he was really out. Must have had a glass of red wine before he went to sleep.
Always does it for me. Relaxes the system.
What was that like red powder that they started leaking out of the plane? Were they like dropping the fuel? Like cut the fuel
Yeah,
line
I
or
think
something?
they were dropping the fuel. Yeah. Yeah, right here. Fuel.
Or just do what Captain America did. Although actually that hasn't happened yet for 7 years, so never mind.
Yeah. Captain America, do something different than what Indiana Jones did.
Propeller planes just scare the shit out of me.
I would never go in one. I will never go in one. Like I like those little crop duster propeller planes that you see like the old school ones that you see flying around every once in a while. I think those are
Yeah.
super cool. I would never get in one. There's no fucking way this would ever work. Sorry. With the
Although as a
boat.
kid, this is where when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, that's the only fucking way off this thing, right? We inflate the raft.
Yeah, I mean yeah, as a kid, of course this would work.
Oh, here we
But
go.
this is
Great problem solving. We're not sinking. Oh, okay. Well, then let's try your idea. Oh, you don't have one.
I'm curious, do you think that those aren't real people, right? Surely they just dropped a fucking
Oh.
inflatable down and like had it land on
Yeah, they're
something.
like
I'd be curious to see how they did those effects.
the hard part. That actually looks pretty good. That effect. The hard part would be not while you're in the air, not having the thing like tilt to where you're on, like it flips, right? To where
Yeah,
like
it's not
your
gonna
head.
flip. Yeah.
That happens. That would be near impossible. These rafts though are incredibly durable. Like I don't know if it would survive the land, but you could definitely sled down to like the mountain.
We got some class 5 rapids here.
I was gonna say interesting environment that we're in, and it definitely exists. I'm not saying that, but where you have snowy mountains and then also free flowing water, like right there.
It's just the glacier melting. I think that's
I
all
mean,
that
this water
is.
is cold as fuck. How
Oh
small is
yeah,
Indy's dick?
which is still bigger than mine.
Same. Now they just float in the river, right? Crack open a natty light and we're good to go.
I was just about to say, give me a natty light or maybe a bush light.
Whatever we
Let's rock
got.
this. Watermelon vodka.
Where like you soaked, like you cut the hole in the watermelon and just poured the vodka in.
No,
This is
I'm
about the
just
time.
saying like the cheap like Burnett's, like you can get a liter of it for $6. Watermelon
Like
flavored
plastic
vodka.
bottle.
Yeah, the plastic bottle.
This guy had just had a lot of Mondays.
Yeah. So
When
I
was the last
don't
time he smoked?
remember where I saw this. It may have been on the extra features of the DVD for Indiana Jones, but I believe this guy, who's playing is he like a priest or a,
Like a high priestess or something.
yeah, yeah, whatever he is. He was a local to India when they went to film on set or on site, excuse me, and they just found him and said, "You have the look," and they only taught him the only English that he knows are the lines that they taught him. They said, "Hey, just make the noises we make," and that's how they
Holy
filmed
shit.
it. Yeah.
Interesting. He was actually one of the first billed on IMDb. His name is. Oh, wait, no, I can't. Okay. Dr. Nanayakara. And this is not his only credit, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe I made that up.
Well, no, he did like he did one thing in 1949, another in 1951, and then there was quite some time before he showed up in this. So
Okay.
maybe he was dabbling in acting or was in like a documentary or something. Sharon's like, I just really have to shit. So if we can
Yeah.
get that taken care of,
Do you have any reading material? What kind of reading material do you guys have?
I'll just take like today's paper if I'm being honest.
You know what? I gotta go to bed. I'll just read the back of the shampoo bottle. It's fine.
Is that like a
So if
rice
you were in
pilaf?
this situation, would you eat this batshit?
No. Sorry to say.
What if Indiana Jones was telling you you had to?
I do want to impress Indy. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I could maybe close my eyes and convince myself it's rice pilaf.
There you go. I'd try it just to say I did. You know me, I'm an adventurous eater.
Do you think it's hot?
Um, it's definitely not cold.
It's room temp.
Yeah, I'd say it's environmental temp, ambient, if you will.
It's weird though that
I
they
would.
all like, ooh, we want to be the audience while you eat it. That always makes me
Oh, good,
uncomfortable.
good.
I say it makes me uncomfortable when people watch me eat something that they made.
Yeah. It's like well, and you want to give a good reaction, and you're just never gonna live up to what you feel like you should.
It's good. It's really good. Like on diners, drive-ins, and dives, when he'll never say he doesn't like something, but he definitely has like varied levels of enjoyment.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a Indian Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Like a retired Indian Raiden. I could see that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe because of the long white hair and his sage wisdom. Less lightning. Not no lightning, but definitely less.
I love Short Round, man. I don't know. All of a sudden, him
He's a
wearing
nice like
Indy's hat, like
injection. Yeah, he's a
I
good
never really realized it, but I feel like he is like as a kid, he's the audience. Like I always wanted to be Indiana Jones. Like he's wearing that hat, he's copying everything he's doing, like really studying him. You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Yeah, like if we were in the movie, we're Short Round.
Yes, exactly. So their rock got stolen, and it went to this place, Bangkok Palace,
And then these guys showed up. Not a
and then
coincidence.
yeah, there's a part here that always makes me laugh.
It's like Short
Oh
Round
no, never
copying
mind. It's
his.
not. Yeah.
Did Short Round's pants look comfy as fuck, bro? In the winter, throw those on when you're about to go to bed.
Oh yeah, Short Round's whole look, I just dig.
This is the spring collection of Short Round. We begin with bulletproof soft pants.
Indiana, how does he know like all these languages and like he just knows all of this stuff? It's
So
insane.
yeah, that's a question that people listening to this are going to be like screaming at their uh, headphones in. What is he technically a professor of again? Is it archaeology?
I think it's archaeology.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like a specific period of history, and he is an archaeologist just because it sort of feeds that interest.
Yeah, I think it's just archaeology, but they never really say he's just Dr. Jones or Professor Jones or whatever.
This guy has a lot of beads. How many times does he flash his tits in this village to get all these?
Well, we know in India it's 2 for 1, so I think the
Two
numbers
titty
are
flashes
inflated.
for one. So
Yeah,
okay, so one you get a bead per tit,
yeah,
basically.
more or less,
Okay.
yes. So little
Yeah, that
little
does kind of
inflated numbers, but
that does water it down a little bit.
still,
It's
I
like
mean,
looking at
impressive though.
Ichiro's hits. It's like, do we count the ones in the Japanese league?
Yeah, I mean, kinda. This kid's acting right here.
Is this a flashback?
No, this is not a flashback. This is, we'll say, later that evening.
Okay. This guy's struggling right now.
Yeah. This is me at like 7 a.m. after a night at the bars, and I'm just trying to get to the pisser. Just can't do it.
I'm like, here, I'll tag you in. What do you want? Let's switch to beer.
Yeah, it's always a good idea.
We act like beer. It's like just water. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's healthy.
Carb neutral. No, it's not.
Not quite. Almost. It's almost carb neutral.
So did this kid just die?
I don't know that we ever know the answer to that.
I mean, that's really well
Why does he
drawn,
look
whoever.
angry all of a sudden?
Because the drawing, it's a little derivative.
So
He's like,
far
you got to
away
use
from the
the.
village.
Dude, Short Round can fucking get up this mountain. We need to get him on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh my god, he would dominate. He's got the
Getting to the
build
aggro.
for it.
Yeah, it would be getting him to the aggro crag, which would be the hard part.
Yes.
I would get back to the village, man. It looks like they're having a fucking party.
No kidding.
So sorry, I'm a little. It's been a while since I've seen this. Do they still have the diamond?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that was
I
just
think
like
the
a
diamond.
brief at the beginning.
Yeah, again, I think that's just along with that whole first 15 minutes of the movie, it just doesn't matter.
Just
This part
taken
right
out,
here,
basically.
this cracks me up when they cut over to like the village ladies. There's this one lady that is just completely dumbfounded that makes me laugh every time. Right there, bottom left.
She's like, "What is this bitch's white people? Am I right?"
Yeah. Just cracks me up. They're like, thank God that annoying bitch is leaving the city.
I mean, I didn't notice
Village.
it as much as a kid, but Willie Scott is just really fucking annoying me. She's basically like Jar Jar. This was like George Lucas's
Honestly,
Jar
give
Jar
me,
before Jar.
I guess, but I'd take Jar Jar over her any day.
Jar Jar at least isn't like a nagging shrew. He's just like kind of
No.
annoying in the background making jokes. Everything they do that like furthers the plot, she's like, "Do we have to?"
Yeah, Jar
I
Jar,
wonder.
while it may be dumb, it's still funny at times, where she's just annoying.
I can't remember the name of the actress, but the girl who plays Marion. I wonder why she wasn't in this. Is it solely because it takes place before, and they didn't have her in it? Because I'm sure they could have made a story. I wonder if they had like a contract issue. She was in. The only thing I've seen her in is Sandlot, besides the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, I can't recall her specifically from anything else other than those.
She put a little perfume on the elephant. Estee Lauder, Le Elephant.
Lapa. Is is that elephant eating her dress?
Just a nibble.
Just a nibble.
Bitch. See, even the elephant doesn't like Willie Scott.
And elephants like everybody. Everybody knows that.
It's like if you have a guest over and your dog doesn't like them, like I would trust the dog. That person probably sucks.
Yeah, no, we've got big problems if the dog doesn't trust you.
We still need to lug her dress around, like just in case a formal event were to break out.
It's from Paris. We would wish you lost your voice. That's the idea.
You know, screaming is probably a really good way to not lose your voice.
Yeah, scream.
Also, you're like a 6.5. Like, let's relax. Can't be acting like this. So they're venturing into the cliffs to find a gem for this village.
It's a sacred rock, and yeah, they're going to a palace that is supposedly abandoned and has been for 100 years. Allegedly.
And what will this rock do for the village?
Bring them water and their children back and crops. You know, the usual.
Okay. And is Indy just doing this like out of the kindness of his heart, or is there some trade-off that he'll get in exchange?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. That's the thing with Indiana Jones. I feel like it's always he's in it for the glory and the fortune and hey, I made this big find. But then at the end of the day, he doesn't actually get to keep it. Like he found the Ark, but didn't get to keep it.
But it belongs in a museum, you know.
Yep.
Altruism wins.
Yeah. So I think it maybe had something to do with that. Short round cheating in cards is
he caught
Jesus,
Indy
okay.
cheating, and then Indy goes, "I quit." Like, just so people at home know, if you get caught cheating at a game and then you say you quit, like you don't have leverage. No one wants you to
No,
keep playing if you're cheating.
yeah. And that's as somebody that I will cheat playing a board game every chance I get. Because it's not cheating unless you get caught.
Right. That's fair. But then if you get caught and say, "Well, then I'm not going to play," so it's like, okay, so you'll only play if you're allowed to take us for a
Yeah, no,
fool.
of course. If you get caught, you get caught. Yep, I was cheating. Okay, I'll play by the rules now. And you can't cheat twice because all the eyes are
Right.
going to be on you after the first
Yeah.
time.
You only get one. So is he wondering how the kid found this piece of the manuscript?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's. See, how do you authenticate that though? Maybe that kid just like drew that on the back of a napkin.
Yeah, very easily. He was just messing around in a potato sack, and he's like, "Dude, this actually looks fucking good. I think I'm gonna enter this in some contests." He posted on his social media. The likes started blowing up.
Went viral.
Now she's gonna shit
It's a
on
nice little
magic.
campsite they got going. I always hated this part too. Fuck that.
Is this where snakes come into the fray? Yeah, I don't do snakes.
Yeah, I don't do snakes.
I know Nate Thurman doesn't do snakes.
No, Nate Thurman doesn't do snakes more than we don't do snakes. I had that one in my backyard like a month ago.
Yeah, that was freaky, man. What ended up happening with that? Did you end up just being able to put out repellent, or did we have to come at it with like a shovel?
No, we gathered everything inside and then let it be. And when I went out the next morning, it was gone. And then I went and got snake like repellent and put it all over the yard. But it was yeah, it was a little touch and go there for a while. I thought I was gonna die.
Man,
Thing was like 8
the
feet
pictures
long.
you sent me, I was about to say just move. I mean, at this point, I know you've lived in that house for like 15 years, but it's now the snakes.
Yeah, no, I mean once it's infested, you can't get rid of them.
Is
So
this a
is there
family of
significance
elephants,
to
you
all the
think?
bats? Even was it?
Um, yeah, just a regional thing. I always think of like Ace Ventura when nature calls, the significance guano, which is obviously bat feces, plays in their culture.
Yeah.
Is that a mastodon in the front? Like, my God, look at those fucking tusks.
They just grow them differently over in India. It's a pretty freaky statue.
Whoa. I wish he had a machete in this one. Like, that would have been a perfect opportunity to slice up some brush
Yeah.
right there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he hasn't used his whip yet.
I don't think so. I did see him when they got on that plane in the beginning. He like hung it up on one of the shelves. He was like, "I'll come. Let me put you on ice. Put you in some Tupperware. We'll come back to you in a little bit."
Yeah, Short Round was carrying it at one point also. So
Yeah, the nice thing
I
about
know it's
Short
in
Round,
there.
he's basically like your caddy at this point.
It's true. Very true. Is that
Is this like
blood?
a
Like, is that
Blair Witch
human blood?
situation? I don't know what that is. Pomegranate juice, maybe?
I was thinking maybe some grape jelly, strawberry jelly. How sticky is it?
The guy's mom made sandwiches. He just likes plain PB, so he wiped it off on this monument or this grave site. So I'm sorry, did we not think we were going to encounter death at any point on this journey? I mean, that's kind of what was in the description of the pamphlet.
Yeah, I mean that's what you were signing up for.
And the Sherpas or whatever, they went the whole way there without the elephants. Like, if you guys want to fucking bail and go grab your tampons, that's fine, but leave the ride with us.
Right?
If this village
So
has been
it's not.
abandoned, or this kingdom, it's still like someone's been sweeping.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was supposed to have been abandoned, but now there's like this royal guard here.
Yeah, I think it's a cult
Got it.
that took over.
I like this guy's
Mr.
suit.
Round. Short round. That's a nice suit.
Eminent archaeologist, so he's like a prospect. Ah, you're in my Dynasty Archaeology League.
Picked you up in the second to last round.
I'm hoping you'll be a keeper for me. Oh, that's very kind of you.
I will do my best.
She's wearing his jacket too. I get not bringing a change of
clothes. She's so thirsty for it.
Yeah, she's really mooching. Here we go. Play that one song I like.
It's a party.
Play some from Kesha. This flute guy probably fucks like all the groupies.
Oh yeah, at least twice a day.
Your flute was like really good. I really like the flute. Yeah, it's a pretty difficult instrument to play, but learned it pretty well. When he's like gussied up, but then still has his mustache, it's a weird look.
Yeah, the unshaved look doesn't really work here, I suppose. Also, has he been dragging that shit around with him the entire time, like through the jungle and shit?
Yeah, I wonder if they just like had something in his size.
Like a community closet or something?
Like a Plato's closet.
There you go.
Oh, this is like interactive. They like dance by your seats.
It's dinner and a show.
Maharaja.
See, I like Indy's glasses. I like Indy's glasses.
They might not be prescription. They might be for fashion. We don't know.
Does it matter?
Okay, we get it. You got the Ferris wheel merry-go-round move. What else you got? This scene, I think it's the one I'm thinking of as a kid, really haunted me.
Yeah.
This is where they serve the snake.
Yep, they serve the snake, and then they're eating the monkey brains.
Yep. And they cut open the snake, and there's like baby snakes in it.
Yeah.
Love these, what would you call those, swords? Or are these like sword spears? What are we looking at?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you call those. Are they like a pike? Is it a pike?
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maharaj is like, I will take the kids' chicken fingers.
Don't forget the ketchup this time.
And I would also like a placemat with a word search and a maze on it, please. And a set of crayons, but only
yellow
3
crayons. You can't see it. Yeah,
leave them out.
You can't see it anyway.
I like to shade with it.
Also, chocolate milk, please.
Chalky milk,
sir, we
please.
only have regular milk.
Off with his head! Chucky Moo Moo. Snap, snap. Because mustache is on PEDs. There's no way that's natural.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a fake mustache. That is an extremely sharp knife to like cut through a snake like that too. Fuck all of that shit though.
Oh my god, bro. Fuck this. Why?
So you know, like whenever it's gross stuff in the movies, they always make it like taste good. I wonder like what that actually was when they're eating it. Like Jello?
Hopefully.
Yeah, like what is this? What are these snakes that he's putting in his fucking mouth?
Ugh.
He wasn't even gonna chew them.
I hate to go off menu.
Do you have anything here that's vegan?
I think I'll just do some chips and salsa. This guy looks like he came straight off the Death Star. But he has like none of the decorative like, oh, you've been in a battle, here's your accolades.
Yeah, he doesn't have any of the Jolly Ranchers on his chest yet. Got some dung beetles here.
Take one, pass it down.
It's like their version of oysters.
Ugh.
This guy's getting him some though. Look at that thing clean.
Jesus.
Yeah, I just realized Short Round has a Yankees hat, and I've got an issue with that. Green, it's
Yeah,
the
that's like the
1930s,
biggest.
but still.
So are they insulted if they don't eat, or is he just insulted because Indy doesn't really like get the dynamic right now between England and India?
Yeah, I think it's more the he is accusing them of being a cult. I think that's what he's insulting.
Well, you know who'd get offended by that? A cult.
A cult? This is the eyeballs. Yeah, this freaked me out when I was a kid too. Yep. What are those eyeballs of? Like, are those people eyeballs? Like, what other animal has eyeballs that look like people?
Those are huge eyeballs. Maybe like gorillas or something. Like those are eyeballs of a dude that gets scared shitless all the time and his eyes open up wide. Or like in Scooby Doo when they are in the dark and you can only see their eyes.
Mm, maybe that's what it is. It's the mystery gang. Is that what they're called? No,
Mm-hmm.
it's the mystery mobile.
Mystery Machine, yeah.
Mystery machine. Yeah. There you go. It was something like that. Uh Serious question. Don't mean to offend anybody, but is the Maharaj a male or a female?
I think male, just with some effeminate
Okay.
cheekbones at this age. I could be wrong. Only because I'm guessing in this culture that a female would not be allowed to lead.
Especially in the 1930s.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
That jacket is just too much tweed for me, I gotta say.
Yeah. I talking about
Is
Indy's
Maharaja
jacket.
not going to eat? Yeah, Indy's jacket.
This is his fast day. You know, body's a temple.
Damn, dessert came quick.
Yeah. This is the one that always got me as a kid. Is the monkey brains.
Yeah. I,
Just the way that he
I
lifts
wonder,
lifts the skull up. Just oh.
yeah. And like how it's been like precisely cut. I wonder if like AMC theaters had any promotion when this came out where you could like get your popcorn bucket, but it was like a monkey head.
That'd be cool. I almost bought went and saw Elemental last weekend. And I almost bought the Indiana Jones commemorative cup because the lid was Indiana Jones's hat.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I couldn't pull the trigger. I have too many of those like useless cups that I never have, but I spend twice as
Did it,
much on.
would you have gotten free refills with it?
I do think it's discounted refills. I think it's like dollar refills or something like that. So
But see,
that
the issue
that
with that, with that and the popcorn is like, dude, this day and age, you can't get up during the movie anyway, unless you have somebody with you that like doesn't really care about the movie and they're willing to get up.
yeah, that's true. Is that a kumquat
The thing
on the plate? The
maybe
yellow thing? Or
maybe. Well, what's
mango,
a
maybe?
papaya look like? Is it a papaya possibly?
Oh, it might be a papaya.
She's like, I haven't been dick down since we landed. Like that's been like a day and a half.
I know. It's a record, right? She's so thirsty for it.
I mean, just throw her a bone. Maybe she'll shut up.
Maybe.
He's like, I got a cream you can put on your face. I'm sorry, that I shouldn't have said that.
Nope.
You're a
Nope.
person with feelings.
She's
As a
like
kid, you're
eating
like,
his
yeah,
face.
yeah. It's like, are you still chewing that apple?
Yeah. Got something stuck in your teeth there?
Yeah, maybe she
You
just
know,
needs to get laid and then she'll lighten up.
maybe. I've never stayed in a bed with like the mosquito netting around it. I don't think I would like it.
Yeah, it's anytime you see it, you know that wherever you are sleeping must be a dire bug situation at night.
Yeah, yeah, that's like big ass fucking bugs that you're trying to keep out there. So now they're betting who can outlast the other longer, right?
Yeah, it's like a sexual cold war. That big cylindrical pillow looks pretty comfortable. Is it for the feet
Yeah,
though?
that's it's either that or a cuddle pillow,
Oh, I gotcha. Well, just grab that. You don't even need her.
right?
See, she underestimates Indy could just go jack off real quick and then he's good.
That's true. Indy's not that kind of guy though. He doesn't need to be that guy.
Even got her little fruits. Might as well see what they have to read.
I didn't realize this movie is kind of boring at the beginning. I mean, you get kind of
Yeah,
the beginning when he's, they're getting the antidote and blah blah all that. That's a little exciting, but then it really dies down here for a while.
that's the
It'll
only
pick
set
back up
piece
here
we've
in a
had.
minute, but
We're almost an hour in. We're basically halfway through the movie.
yeah.
Credits.
Now a lot of action here starting here moving forward.
Oh, short round is in his room, so they can't bang in there. That's not an option.
Again, how does Short Round not wake up when this happens?
Yeah, has he been drugged, or did the kid just have like too much sugar?
That's true. Kids when they're tired, they can sleep through anything. But also, I mean, if you're Indiana Jones's assistant, like you can't be sleeping on the job like that. If Indy's awake, you
Yeah, I
need to
mean,
be awake.
head on a swivel in this situation. We're in a I wouldn't even say a foreign country at this point. This is like international waters. There's no rules here. You got to be able
No,
to
yeah, this
pick up on
is
things.
only rule here is you don't talk about here. Welcome to the party, Short Round.
See, he's even doing the, and this is obviously not unintentional by Spielberg direct this? Probably. But he's doing the
Yeah,
thing where he like pulls his hat over his head exactly like Indy did.
yeah.
Yes,
There we go. There's the first whip.
about time.
I mean, he's a big dude. Would that fan not
I mean,
fall down?
whoever installed that fan, I would go on Angie's list and add an extra tip if you can, because that's quite
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, that's a 6 out of 5 stars right there. So she still thinks he wants it, but he's like, no, I just about died.
I don't know. Maybe the adrenaline boner though is still there.
Yeah, that's true. And as annoying as I mean, she's not awful looking.
She's definitely the
Upper
hottest
middle
chick.
tier.
Yeah, she's the hottest chick in this palace right now.
I don't know, that statue on the walls been eye fucking me all night.
That's true. Look what it's wearing. What is he doing? Using the force?
He doesn't believe in the Force at this point. That's not until Force Awakens.
You trying to find like a secret switch or something?
Yeah, just grab the boobs and push.
What made him even think to do that?
I think he felt a breeze
Oh, okay. That's what he was thinking. I was wondering if he was wondering how the guy like snuck into his room.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
But I think the breeze now makes sense. So how did
He can
that
also.
kid paint this exact picture?
I was just about to ask you that. So he
Maybe
sent
that kid
Short
is
Round
like
to go
a
get his stuff.
got it. Maybe that kid in the village is like a platinum member at this hotel and he had stayed in the VIP suite.
Presidential suite, honeymoon suite, right there.
Class, class, class.
See, shit like this is why I couldn't be an archaeologist. There's no way I'm walking in there. No fucking way.
Yeah, once I opened the secret passage, I'd be like, all right, that's a productive day, guys. Let's everybody get our 8 hours and we will hit
Yep.
this after breakfast in the morning. Let me get some French toast in me and I'll be ready to explore some more.
That shit scared the
Yeah,
shit out of me when I was a kid too.
I would have pissed my pants. There would be a urine stain all over my trousers at this point.
Yeah.
Short round would be the description of the turd that came out of me. You gotta learn, especially in this situation, you're probably safer. I know it's a dark tunnel. You're probably safer with them than up
Oh
here.
yeah, no. If I'm in her situation, I am so far up Indy's ass. It's not even funny. I might as well be leading the way. So again, I think I watched this on the DVD extra features, but um, Spielberg wanted to do like a different like creepy crawly
Ugh.
in each movie. So obviously they did snakes in the first one.
Yeah.
They're doing cockroaches and bugs in this one, and then in the third one, um, they did the rats when they go down to
Yeah,
find
the
the
third Last
the
Crusade creeps me
knights.
out. So make a sick man cave this basement.
Yeah, clean it up a little bit, improve the lighting.
Kate Capshaw, who plays Willie Tate, found a Horns fun fact here, just a little quote from her. She was, this according to IMDb, very critical of her own character, saying that Willie was, quote, not much more than a dumb, screaming blonde.
Good. That I've got a lot of respect for you, man.
But again, you're not going to not take this role, right? If they're like, going to be in an
No.
Indiana Jones sequel, you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Working side by side Harrison Ford, who in the mid 80s couldn't be hotter.
Uh-oh. These slow ones are the real scary ones, where you have to like think about your death.
Yes. It's like being an Oklahoma State fan. You always have hope.
Yeah, as Bane said, there can be no true despair without hope.
So at Disneyland out in California, they have the Indiana Jones ride. Um, and in line, it was really one of the first interactive lines that they had. The lines were 2 hours long, and when they started out, there was like this little card, and you can decipher things on the wall, and you had to solve. It was like solving some mystery. But anyway, through the line, you go through this room that has spikes on the ceiling and along the sides, very similar to this room that Indy and Short Round are in now. And there was one pole that if you pushed on it hard enough, the ceiling would drop
Mm-hmm.
like 6 or 8 inches, and it was this big loud noise. And it was if you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't know it was there. So obviously, all of a sudden, you think the roof is falling on you. So when it first came out, I would go to Disney Land with my uncle, and we rode this ride over and over again. We would sit in the line for the 2 hours just to ride, the minute and a half ride. It was so much fun. And we would get into that room and we'd shake that pole, and everybody, probably 100 people, would drop to the ground because they think this ceiling was actually falling down. It was awesome. One of my
That's
core
awesome.
memories. Yeah.
That's the mark of a good ride where people are like can't even distinguish what's real or not anymore.
Yeah, yeah, it was very very creative in line to the interactive stuff and everything. Very creative, and it makes the 2 hour wait not feel like 2 hours.
That's the goal. Yeah, because when I went last time to Disneyland, if you didn't get the Lightning Pass, I don't know how the fuck you even did the park.
Yeah, you can't.
You
You
just
have to
spend the
do Lightning.
whole you just spend the whole time in line.
Yeah.
And like you guys going with a kid, like I mean, you can't have a kid wait in line that long.
No, no. I mean, we have to do the Lightning Lane, and I mean, be very strategic and picky about which lines you
Dude,
wait
this
in.
is sorry to interrupt you. This is skeeving me the fuck out. Like this does nothing for me. Maybe some people enjoy this. No.
Is it the spike room or the bugs?
I mean, less the spikes and just like all the different insects crawling over you. Like, yeah, the spikes lifted. That doesn't mean the fucking bugs that crawled down my shirt are gone.
God, she's the fucking
I
worst.
know. We just got out of this. Showdown's like, blame all of
Classic.
our
Grab the
impending
hat.
death on. Yeah, worth losing your arm.
So now we're in the bottom of a volcano.
Yeah, this is like when you were a kid and you dreamed of digging to China. They basically did it, but
They
from
did it. They
wherever.
succeeded at that.
Yeah. So it is
They were off a
possible.
few degrees, so they ended up in India and not China. But we're talking semantics now.
Right. Potato, tomato.
Potato, tomato. No, it's potato, potato.
Don't you
Why would
hate
I
when
say
you walk
potato?
into
That's not even a word.
Don't you hate when you walk into a taping of Legends of the Hidden Temple on accident?
No. But then you're also secretly excited because the what was it? The purple parrots.
And the
You
silver
got
snakes are in the finals together.
yep. And you got a big 20 sack sitting on the parrots.
How much do you think suite level tickets to this are, with food and drink included, to this ceremony? 500 a head, probably.
Yeah, easy. So now we got this
Blue
guy.
Man
So
Group
this
is
is our
saying
main villain here. And what are we? What are we?
we're over halfway through. We're an
We're
hour
we're
two in.
almost exactly halfway. Yeah, we're exactly halfway through essentially, and we just now meet our big baddie. I don't know. This is
He
I
looks
I
the
forgot how
part.
slow this movie is.
Yeah. As a kid, it's definitely like harder to keep your attention. It's scarier. It's creepier. It's really just more like adult themed.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he rips a fucking dude's heart out right here.
Oh, they like I told you, I watched this on Pluto TV, which they have like four different action movies they just rotate. It's this one, and then I've probably seen RoboCop in different parts, but like four times the last month. This and
The old
RoboCop is
one
all
or
they
the
play.
remake?
So the OG one, yeah, with
Okay,
Peter
good.
Sellers. Which did you know Red Foreman is the villain in that, the drug dealer?
He is. Yeah, I always forget about that.
And he is like a sinister asshole in that movie.
He
What's the actor's name
is
again? How the fuck do I not know his name?
Kurtwood
Kurtwood Smith.
Smith. Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he's extremely underrated. He never does too much or too little. He's always right on.
Hmm. There was and Geiger would know this better than me, but there was a WWF wrestler named the Great Khali, who was of Indian descent. He was like oh god, as a kid, this part.
Yeah.
Is this possible?
To live without a heart?
No, to like reach into a dude's rip a guy's heart out from his chest?
I'm gonna say yes.
Just take a while.
Well,
Like, when do you guys
you'd
go
have to
grab
get.
a coffee?
How do you get through the sternum?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's a pretty hard bone, right? Or is that a bone? Is your sternum a bone?
That's got to be a bone. That's a bone.
So ripping his heart out isn't enough. You also have to drop him
we
into
got to
the
melt
fiery
him too.
pit. Yeah.
We got to melt him too. Clean up.
Okay. What does he do with the heart?
They got a couple of them. They have like a collection going. Then they give them to Taylor Swift.
They collect them like Pokemon cards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a Kevin. I have 3 of those.
None of these guys are in shape, I gotta say. For a culture that is so perpetually shirtless. Yeah, as a kid, this would freak me the fuck out, and I'm sure it did.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't freak out when I saw this as a kid.
I mean, we're in hell right now. Like, the guy's holding a dude's heart. They just dropped him in lava. Everything's on fire. These guys look like villains from Batman Forever.
One guy is wearing a wildebeest head. Whatever these guys are on, where
the metal doesn't melt, but the human just completely evaporates and dissolves. It's great.
Yeah, it's common. So here are our magic rocks. I'm a big rock fan. You can ask Nate Thurman that. I'm a big rock guy.
It's a cool thing to collect.
Oh, I
These
see.
guys
So
right here.
putting it in the face.
If you miss one practice for this, they replace you just because you got to be in sync. You can't be turning the wrong way, bumping into each other. You look like fucking. So this guy on the right is the understudy. He's just praying one of these guys gets like chlamydia or something.
They all live in an apartment together. You have to build that chemistry. It's tough to do in a year.
Yeah, it is. And look, Brian, there's times they get sick of each other for sure.
Yeah.
That's a reality show I would watch. Real World, but it's the guys from the Kali cult who have to live together and guard the stones.
Yeah. You've got the understudy who's just like trying to bait the main guy into fucking up. Puts a banana peel on the ground, hope he slips. Why'd you leave a banana peel on the ground?
The petty disagreements they would have. Mbatu ordered pizza last night. He didn't think to ask me if I wanted any. I thought that was an interesting decision. Because I told him earlier I was hungry. I have dinner plans.
And then I've told him a million times, just rinse your dishes. You don't even have to put it in the dishwasher, just rinse it. But he left the fucking pizza sauce all over the plate.
Is it that hard to soak it? Because then guess who has to come in with the back of the sponge and try and scrape that shit off?
And I don't care what the dishwasher pod box says, it can't get everything off.
Totally agree. Man, this place cleared out fast. Traffic must be horrible leaving. You think like they would stay and sign autographs or something?
Something like that. I mean, they're not real fan friendly. I would be terrified I would fall in that fiery pit that only cooks humans and nothing else.
So, I mean, I don't know what the plan is here. I don't remember, but I'd be a little suspicious. Like, okay, so they just leave the rocks unattended and they all go home, or they're like at the bar now for the after party.
I think it's a trap.
Feels like a trap. It feels like one. Admiral Akbar would be losing his shit right now. It's a good skull collection.
There are a ton of skulls. I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Do you think those stones are like hot because they're glowing, or do you think they're just like still normal
Probably normal.
like
I
temperature?
mean, they're hot in the sense that like Derek Zoolander's so hot right now. What if they only glow when they're like near each other? Kind of
I
like you
think
and
they do
me.
only
Hi.
glow. I think they only glow when they're near each other.
See, everybody made fun of me for bringing the satchel now. Now look who's well prepared. Carry your own chapstick next time, fuckheads.
What do you think the temperature is in there? It's got to
I'd
be
say,
like
yeah, it's like a balmy 93. And the worst part is there's got to be no airflow down this slope far
at
underground.
zero airflow. Yeah. Because I mean, you got fire everywhere. You have like lava down there. You got some glowing
Can we just leave the
rocks.
torches lit? Like that's serious. That's a fire hazard, guys. Somebody's got to
That's a
come in and
fire
blow out the
hazard.
torch. You think that is that the custodial staff that comes in and they have to put out the torches?
I don't want to be that guy, but I'll call the fire marshal.
That guy that just popped out definitely had on the fashion of Jafar, like the same
Trying it
colored
out, seeing if he can pull it off.
turban. I think he was, if I'm being honest. I'd have to get another look at it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. He wasn't not pulling it off.
I gotta ask, how far beneath ground does this shit go? I mean, we got to be almost at the Earth's core at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've gone down several hundred feet at least.
Why did they have an entrance to this from his room?
I mean, just to check up on things. So throwing a
Nice.
rock at his head, that was your bright idea.
I like these guys' color scheme. It's like our high school,
It
red and
is. It's
black.
very high. Yeah, very very much like our high school. I don't know about you, but
If
like
our
I
high
have
school,
trouble wearing red and black now.
yeah, if our
I
high
don't
school
I
had
don't
an
wear a lot of.
underground cult, we
They
would have worn
did.
these.
This is my third hour.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah,
was wondering where you
mining for
always was.
magical rocks. Yeah.
Was that off campus? I'm guessing.
I mean, technically it was beneath campus, but I mean, I would say yes, I was not on the traditional campus.
I don't know if you remember this. Honestly, we had a gymnastics room that was like way beneath the campus.
Yeah, it was in the basement. It was next to the wrestling gym.
It was fucking huge.
Oh yeah, it was giant.
Cycling, I used
I
to
would
go
go in.
down there like and just fuck around during student council.
I was literally about to say I used to go in there and fuck around during office aid.
Good times.
Yeah, I think there's still a sock in that foam pit of mine. So wait, all these kids drank blood? Is that what he just said?
I mean, you do what you do to get in the frat.
Rush week, man. So can this guy just not grow a mohawk? So we decided to just paint one on?
He chooses not to. You know, it's a little suspicious that the like very valuable stones that they're supposed to put in that gigantic skull. This guy just has like fucking shelves designed specifically for them in his bedroom. Like, what were
Is
you
he
planning on
painting
using
a
those shelves for?
shrunken?
You weren't going to steal the
Is he
stones yourself,
painting
were
his
you?
hat?
He's like petting it, yeah.
Yeah.
That thing's got to weigh a lot. Like, you must have a strong neck.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta work up to that. He starts with like maybe goat horns and then moves up to maybe like antelope before he gets to the
Yeah.
wildebeest.
The goal eventually would be like rhino head, but that's not for a few years.
Yeah, I mean, very few even that's like the elite of the elite.
I wish, and he was like, look, don't want to make you more self-conscious, but I know that you painted that on your head and that's not really your hair. I'm aware of that, Dr. Jones. Nothing pisses off someone more than when they're trying to hold you as their prisoner and you just laugh at them. This
Yeah,
guy's like
fuck
really
that.
digging indie.
That is a terrifying face cup. Face cup?
It's kind of what it
Whose
is,
face
right?
is that? I mean, yeah, it's a face cup.
It looks like one of the orcs from Lord of the Rings. Are they going to make him like kiss it?
Is that the guy that they just? Is that the guy that they just burned?
Short round's like, don't drink it. Like, okay, you think I'm voluntarily doing this?
Like, look, I'm not gonna voluntarily drink anything that comes out of a face cup.
Banner, I'm gonna be honest.
The
On a
voodoo doll.
rewatch, and I know it picks up here in the third act, but like this movie is, as far as Indiana Jones go, it's not very fun. It's really morose. It's not it like it doesn't have any of the joy that the other two have. The other two original ones.
Yeah,
It's
I
joyless.
honestly, after this one, I'm surprised it got a third, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion.
And Sean Connery was like the Rock in Fast Five, like an injection of much needed levity
Yes.
and a character dynamic.
Yes. We needed an equal to Indiana Jones.
Plus, we get in Last Crusade River Phoenix as young Indy, right? Which set up that I think he did a 2-season television show as him.
I believe he did. I know he did at least one season. Did he do two?
I'm not sure. I wish there was a way we could look that up. It's impossible.
Yeah. We're back in 1935. We don't have access to things. Computers are, the size of warehouses right now.
I don't want to like tell this guy how to torture, but he's not even whipping correctly.
No, I mean,
you got to like flick your wrists. He's just whipping straight through him. That's not good for him.
Yeah. He's just hitting him. I mean, sure, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to inflict the pain that you want.
Right. And you're just, you're going to have a really sore back the next day because your form's off.
See, why don't you just do that in the first place? Hold his mouth and his nose.
They're learning
he has to swallow to breathe.
Excuse us, Dr. Jones. This is only our second time torturing anyone, so we are learning it just like you are. We're going through this together.
This is what did they call that in America? A soft opening.
We haven't even let critics post there's still a review moratorium and people haven't been able to post about it.
I don't want to be that guy, but like Harrison Ford acting tortured like that, not his best work.
Yeah, I gotta say, what is Spielberg directing him to do here? This is me after a warm tequila shot.
Woo-hoo! Let's do another.
Anytime I like just having watched so many movies, I see the scene where he's like kicking all the candles down, and I just think of like they probably had to do 4 or 5 at least takes of it. Like the poor key grips, every time they had to set up like 14 candles each time. Yeah, again, that bridge scene at the end, I don't know if it's going to be enough to save this movie in terms of making it lighthearted enough, because it is. I mean, think about the plot device. He's chasing down a stone from a satanic cult that is exploiting young kids and torturing them and ripping hearts out. Like and then in between we get snakes and bugs. It's a tough sell.
Yeah, but there is a fucking bitchin' minecart scene.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we have a double header here for the cult ceremony. We normally don't play 2.
Yeah, special occasion, Christmas Day,
Yeah, so you got to do it at 11.
Give the fans what they want.
Yep, you got to do it at 11 a.m. and a 2. Maybe that's why the custodial staff didn't blow out the torches.
Yeah. It would by the time they got them all out, they just had to relight them again.
Right. She's had a lot of outfit changes.
Yeah.
So he's like possessed now by that blood smoothie that he had.
Whatever was in the face cup, I think brainwashed him.
Face cup. You know, the more I watch this, there's a lot of promotional tie-ins that I hope they took advantage of. Face cup, monkey head, popcorn bucket. You could have sold these little like horn hats.
Oh yeah, yeah, those would sell good.
Because think about how many uses you can get out of that. You can wear it to birthdays, church, wedding.
A cult ceremony.
Right. When you're performing human sacrifices with your bros.
In the basement of the basement.
Yeah, do you think they get any cell reception down here?
No, but they can hook to the Wi-Fi, so they at least have iMessaging.
That's true. He's doing the thing like from Scary Movie 2 where he's like, this isn't strong hand. That guy looks like he passed out on the bar table and one of the coasters got stuck to his forehead.
So
you think
is he
these
gonna
guys
rip
do?
Indy's heart out?
I mean, whoever wants it. We'll get everybody. Do you think these guys do each other's makeup?
I mean, you have to. There's no mirrors down there.
It's true. That's a big part of the team building, I think.
Yeah, they've got one spoon that they've polished that you can kind of see yourself in.
Yeah. But at this point, you just trust the guy next to you, you know? I'll do my job, you do yours.
Yep. You throw to the base, not the person, man. I'll be there.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is just fucking boring.
Yeah, again, I'm not digging any of this. Is she going to die or is she dressed like that because she's like a bride of someone?
Well, she's definitely not a bride.
Dude, props to Short Round for just whacking the shit out of that chain.
I'm telling you, Short Round's a badass. I'm actually the more I watch this, the more I'm disappointed that Short Round wasn't involved more later. And
Yeah,
I would say
he's
there's an extremely small chance he's in Dial of Destiny. But
yeah.
I suppose it's still technically possible at the time of this recording.
If it's like a surprise cameo, obviously don't market that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, some kid will spoil it at 11 a.m. on a Friday morning for Jeff, but for the rest of us, it'll be awesome.
You're not fucking lying. That's actually one I was gonna try and go this week, but I looked at the runtime and I don't know if it's gonna happen.
It's like 2.5, isn't it? It's pretty fucking long.
Yeah,
I remember.
It's like 2:37, I think.
Ugh.
I know.
It's a little too much for me at this point. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be a Disney Plus situation when it comes on it.
I might be. Jesus,
dude, Short Round is a fucking
wow.
Badass.
MVP.
My God.
MVP.
Watch out, Indiana Jones. The student has
and that was
surpassed the teacher.
Two birds with one stone because he killed the guy probably and escaped himself.
And he just won. I mean, in court of public opinion, all those kids, he's a fucking hero now.
Oh, yeah, dude. They're going to be telling this story for years.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, in Short Round, like, swung on that ladder and caught the rope and climbed up. Yeah, I was there. Summer of 35.
I was right in front of him. This is one where Indy's like, actually, I haven't been hypnotized. I just really need this bitch to shut up.
Yeah.
Crowd loves it. Standing room only, it looks like.
Yeah. Whatever they're on, I'll take 2.
Yeah, for real. Are those already like...
How deep does that thing go?
From the lashes? The little like cage?
Yeah, like the pit
Oh,
that they're dropping her in.
yeah, I guess like 100 feet. It's kind of hard to. I think it kind of depends on the lava levels. You know, if we've had a lot of lava precipitation, it's a little bit higher.
It's yeah, depends on the if it's high tide or low tide.
Short round is the guy like he's punching above his weight, but also like he's feeling it right now. So just give him the ball.
Oh, he's in the zone. Yeah. Like he's that guy that came off the bench that he's gonna give you like maybe 6 a night, but tonight he went off for 43.
Right, and so you got to feed him because it doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah. Take advantage. This is one of those situations where
I gotta say, okay,
your starters are sitting on the bench for the entire fourth quarter.
the guy who grabbed short round just a second ago, he didn't even have his own knife. You see that guy had to come up and give him one.
It's just being unprepared. I mean,
Yeah, it's a little embarrassing.
yeah. Hopefully
That's
he's
one
not.
where like,
Hopefully he's not one of the stoneholder guys because he just lost his starting position.
well, I was gonna say he's been on a performance plan because the way he's been behaving at these cult meetings lately has just not been becoming.
He's still getting his sales numbers though.
Yeah,
I mean, he knows how to sling a pamphlet. Let me tell you.
short round is like Pacific rimming Indiana Jones right now. Like I'll just do the moves and copy me. Oh, a little trapdoor action.
How heavy do you
This
think
would be
that
like,
thing is?
oh fuck, man, pretty damn heavy. This would be a cool like Vegas show. Like you show up and then they do like the fake ceremony and you're in the crowd and then they, Indy breaks free. Maybe that is a show they have
Ooh,
at like Universal or something. I don't know.
I could get behind that. Another fun fact: Indiana Jones. No, not Indiana Jones. Excuse me. Harrison Ford actually broke his back while filming this movie, and they had to stop
Oh my god.
filming his scenes for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks while he healed. So they had to do a bunch of like B footage and pretty much everything other than what he was in. They had to do. Fuck, that would hurt.
Yep. Ow.
Um,
Is that because he was doing like his own stunts in a scene like this?
yeah, I think he was. I can't remember what the scene was. It was one of them in the third act here, though. And I don't
Maybe the
remember what
bridge
it was, but
scene.
he
There's a
was
part where he's like, when the bridge collapses coming up, there's a scene where he's like hanging on it for a long time. I could potentially see something happening there.
I want to see. I want to say it was him like lifting something up
He
or
said bad
something.
luck with onset accidents. We all remember what happened on Force Awakens, right? Where that the door of the Millennium
The
Falcon like fell on
door,
his foot and broke it.
it was like shattered, wasn't it? But he's such a fucking
Yeah.
badass. He just kept going. Was it Mark Hamill that said he was just
Dude, he
like,
survived a
guys, I think
plane crash.
two.
Yeah.
I think.
He's fucking ridiculous. She's just an
She's
adrenaline junkie, bro. Like that's why she did that.
Short Round is the perfect right hand man.
Yeah, he's what a perfect ward is. Like when Batman first trained Robin, this is probably what he envisioned. Instead, he got like whiny sidekick. Short round never complains.
Never.
He's like
And
just
he's
shooting
always
up the
respectful.
quarters
It's
and all.
always Dr. Jones.
Mm-hmm. And if someone else doesn't call him that, he'll correct him.
Uh, I would consider
Again,
him.
only issue is he's
I would consider him middle management. Him or Tatsu from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who's the better middleman?
yeah, Tatsu. Probably Tatsu. Yeah.
Tatsu has the
Tatsu just
experience.
yeah, Tatsu does. But he's got the age, so like we gotta expect that.
So ridiculous. This is when we start to pick up.
Yeah, it's pretty much action for like the next 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just the rest of the movie.
Let's just hit Roxit. throwing rocks at people, unlocking kids, saving the fucking day.
One at a time, folks. Plenty of indie to go around. Wow, what tough guys fighting 8-year-olds. Oh, you can't miss from that close with a sledgehammer. Go for the foot or something, you know.
This is in every movie you have to have, and Indiana Jones just gets his ass kicked in every movie at some point, right? So this would be equivalent to the plane scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, when ultimately the guy gets shot by the propeller in a plane. See, full circle. Fuck propeller planes.
Yep, it's good because it humanizes him. You know, like you don't want the protagonist that just kicks the shit out of every single person he fights.
That's true. Short round coming in, man. Doing what he can. I always thought this would be a great ride that they could make at an amusement park. This minecart ride right here.
Start with this guy even pushing you.
There's another fun fact about this one too. They actually built this minecart in a circle on a set, and every shot is filmed from a different angle so that they could use more of the track.
It's pretty cool. Can you explain how the Maharaja has the voodoo power? Like, did he just create the doll and cast a spell and now it works, or did Indy like accidentally fall for something and now he's under the spell of it?
No, I think it's just magic. I think it was actually might have been this scene right here. Filming this is when he broke his back.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it's he probably just the voodoo doll. That's what happened. The Maharaja broke his back, and it actually happened in real life.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fact.
Short Round's always looking for some, alternative solution. I love it.
He is one step ahead. He's the kind of guy that you ask for a tool and you already have it because he knows what you're going to ask for.
Imagine doing an escape room with him. He'd be very helpful.
Oh, God, yes.
I mean, if you're the satanic cult, like, how do you not win here? You have not only the big dude, like, stepping on Indy's heart, but the voodoo doll guy in the background being offensive coordinator. To fuck this up is just kind of embarrassing.
It really is.
Everyone has to take a look in the mirror. And that looked like the fine cutlery, too, that he's using. Like,
yeah,
that's the China.
Yeah, that's the stuff you only get out for special occasions and Christmas Eve. Oh, yeah, Short Round. That hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're like 2 seconds ahead of me. Now she's like pantomime punching after Indy.
Okay.
This is cool. Like, you want to be like your heroes.
That was a good right hook from his back, Short Round.
If someone hit me with a rock like that, it would take months before I was even able to think.
Yeah. That's why you don't wear capes, guys.
Yeah, we can go about the fashion indiscretions of this group for days.
Love the colors. I love everything, but I mean, that's just a workplace hazard.
Oof. Dude, how does Maharaja, like, he just gets back up from, like, Short Round must just not be getting his weight behind his punches.
Yeah, I think he's also on, like, some kind of speed, and he's blacked out.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Bath salts, maybe.
Ah, yes. He's about to eat somebody's face off on the middle of the Florida highway.
He says short round. Why did the Maharaja turn? Like, is your name short round? So was he under a spell too, the Maharaja?
The Maharaja was, yeah. So does
Don't you
that
hate
mean the
when that happens?
Maharaja ate or drank the blood from the fish cup or the face cup?
Yeah, I
Like,
think
is
they put
that
it in
how
like
you
his.
get possessed?
It was like in his school lunch or something.
'Cause they spiked his Capri Sun. This is all solid right here. Going in the minecart scene. Short round is a fucking badass.
He's really gaining some confidence. It's a beautiful thing to
Yeah.
see. I mean, you could argue he's been fighting better than Indy.
No, I don't even think that's that hard of an argument. Walk up his back like that. There you go. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da,
Yeah, I mean, we haven't talked about it,
da-da-da.
at least in this commentary, but the iconic score, not being able to hear it probably doesn't. Although I can't imagine there's been many instances for it to play. This has been such a downer movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this just isn't great.
The third act, though, is where it becomes more Indiana Jones. But man, getting there is a bit of a slog.
Yeah, I mean, you start with this weird musical dance. You've got some good stuff there when he's getting the diamond and the antidote and all that. And then as soon as they hit the plane, it's just kind of blah for the next hour. So this right here, this is what I was talking about. They actually built this
Oh yeah,
track, and it was like I think he said it was like a
man.
sixth of a mile or an eighth of a mile, like round. And so to film it, they had to keep moving like the camera angles, so you couldn't tell that it was short.
Right, you couldn't like see the end of it, basically.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
interesting.
Are these guys just as bad as shots as stormtroopers?
Yeah, I mean, listen, trying to hit anything while on this card is just a fool's errand. Like, just save your ammo, bro. It's not gonna happen.
Indy's giving up the reins to the minecart to short round. I think that just proves right there that short round has now superseded Indiana Jones.
He's at the point where, like, if we were in a playoff, like a 7-game playoff series, he might get a start. He might get to pitch one of the games.
Maybe like a game 5.
Yeah, if
Or
it's
if
not
we
a
lose,
closeout game, we feel much more comfortable. That's just
yeah,
genius. I don't know if that was in the
yeah.
card or if he brought it with him in advance.
See,
First
this I
person
don't
camera
believe
here
this is
is
going to
a good
happen.
idea.
That would hurt so fucking bad to like this just wouldn't work. It would break your
Ugh.
fucking wrist before it would drop that.
Would it be enough to knock out those supports too? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Now that 4 by
The
4 that
shovel would just snap off the top.
especially with like a just a wooden staff like that on there.
Dude, these guys are fucking hauling ass.
Yeah.
These guys all had to cut their lunch break short. They are not happy.
No.
That's supposed to be state mandated, by the way, that we get 30 minutes.
Mhm. And I heard they're cutting overtime.
Yeah, which doesn't get me started. Good eye to see the track switch.
Yeah. That's just instincts right there though. You know? Can't teach that
Yeah,
in school.
it's a feel thing.
This is always
Love the
fun.
lighting here. The lava
Yep.
underneath. He's like, give me that bitch.
Yeah, as a fan of chase scenes, this is chase scene adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a
it's
creative chase
fantastic.
scene.
Yeah, it's unique. It's a lot of different elements.
I would just ask him,
You
why do you
actually
want?
feel like there's high stakes.
Oh yeah, and the way it's filmed is really unique.
Definitely a high point for this movie. He's like, you know what? On second thought, go ahead and stab Willie in the face, and then we'll fight.
Willie's one of those guys where he's like, the fight doesn't really start till I get stabbed in the face. That's like what wakes me up. Damn. He hung on after that elbow to the gut. Oh well, that was.
I think that would just like slice you in half.
Uh-oh, end of the track.
That's some Mario shit right
Dude,
there.
in Donkey Kong Country 2, you do that exact jump.
Yep. So they're gonna try and flood him out.
Looks like it. This guy, every plan that he has, he thinks it's the most genius plan anyone's ever come up with.
Yeah, he thinks he's God's gift to the earth, and he's not.
Just because he thought it was such a genius idea to paint his head red.
Yeah. Nobody will know I can't grow hair now.
Who's gonna tell him?
I'm not gonna tell him. I don't like to.
I wonder.
Just crush
Ruin
dreams
someone's
like that.
hopes and dreams. I wonder for the flood if it was like a model that they used and just like filled it with water.
I would think so. Yeah. His feet would be so fucked right now.
Yeah.
Even with boots.
Gonna need new Dr. Scholl's after this. Just in time.
Uh-oh. Is there anything more terrifying than being stuck in like a tunnel or a tube and just see water coming straight for you?
Yeah, I mean, I get claustrophobia as is, so like the thought of being trapped and then the imminent possibility of drowning, not a fun combination.
I don't want to be that guy either, but like that bucket thing didn't have this much water in it.
Maybe he was like, everyone just like turn on your faucets also.
Yeah, this is like the Pacific Ocean is dumping through this cave right now.
Yeah, they would be good at this point. This movie, I think, as a kid, was the first time, like the rickety bridge trope was the first time that I really saw it in effect.
Yeah. How many like wooden rickety bridges like this have you been on?
5 or 6, you know. I used to live in a neighborhood that didn't have an HOA, so some of our walking bridges weren't the best maintained.
That's like the Wild Wild West there.
Oh, he's like, I've been here before. Damn it.
Yeah.
But it's a prequel, so he hasn't.
So me and Geiger talked about this on the Raiders commentary that we did, which I don't think we've plugged yet, so you guys should check that out. But
check
Raiders,
that out, guys.
This exact scene almost happens when he's in the town, and the guy comes out with the sword and he pulls the gun out and shoots him. That was all because he was supposed to have this elaborate fight scene with them, but Harrison Ford got food poisoning, and so they changed it to where he just pulls out the gun and shoots him.
And if I remember right, wasn't it his idea? He was like, if I had a gun, wouldn't I just shoot him?
Yeah, I believe it was his idea. And so it's funny that they put it in this one too, and he doesn't have the gun.
Yeah. He's like, I haven't ripped a heart out of anyone's chest in like 35 minutes.
I've been jonesing to do that. See what I did there?
I
So wait, Short Round
Oh, I
and
mean,
Willie are not on the bridge right now, right? They made it
no, they
across.
just. Yeah.
Okay, so they're on land.
I guess they got separated because Indy had to fight those sword guys.
Ah, yes, sword fighting. What teeth are on that guy's necklace? Are those like jaguar teeth?
Oh, buy him a beer. He'll fucking tell you about it. Trust me. This is where use the strategy of the Spartans in 300. You can siphon off the numbers. You only have to fight one guy at a time from each side. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Bottleneck
And
it.
Indy, I know that it's going to take you a while to chop through that rope.
Oh, okay. So now he's saying, "Oh, you're not going to chop it down because your people are here."
Her outfit definitely looks like it inspired a few things that Shakira has worn in concert.
Oh, for sure. I was also kind of getting Pink Ranger Kimberly vibes from it too.
I could see it.
I don't know. I don't know why.
You know that Harrison Ford was only doing bicep curls for like 3 weeks to get ready for this scene.
Oh yeah. He's like, this is my shot. But he was only doing it with his right arm. He didn't care about his left arm because it was covered.
Right. Like the guy in Lady in the Water, or Quagmire in Family Guy when he discovers porn.
There you go. So would chopping it be the right way to go, or more
Yeah,
like a
I would think
slice?
you'd have to saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess his knife isn't like perforated, so maybe that wouldn't work at all. Lost a lot of good men out there.
I'm not a bridgeologist, so I'm not really sure the physics behind that.
These alligators, I mean, this is a dream come true. You've been
Yeah.
waiting your whole life for this.
Yeah, this is a once in a century situation for them.
Oh, wow.
Bye. So that ravine did not look that deep 45 seconds ago.
No, and the alligators, like for some reason, I thought they were at a different spot. Like when they were at the edge of the waterfall, that's where I thought they were, which could be the same body of water. I just don't know logistically how that works. Fighting hanging from a bridge, pretty interesting conceit.
Oh. So
Pretty
he doesn't
greasy
have to
for the.
be in the cave to do that?
Yeah, I thought he had to be like entranced, but
Yeah.
this guy is, he's going to his fastball.
You got to trust your pitches. Kudos to the bad guy for knowing when to cut bait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna rip this guy's heart out. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
climb up the
Yeah.
bridge and we're gonna live to fight another day.
Yeah, this is when you're down 2-0 in the count and you're like, "You know what? Let's just walk him and go to the next guy." It's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't want to don't want to give you anything good to hit.
Yeah. We can set up the double play now. Why isn't
Oh, they're
Short Round
archers
and
also.
Willie already climbing up? Like if I were them, I would be getting the fuck off that as fast as I can.
This is one where you got to think, all right, how many arrows do these motherfuckers have? Can we just wait them out?
Yeah, and how accurate are they?
Right. We're pretty far away. If we're on the
You're
other
pretty
side
far
of
away. That's going to be a tough sell.
he would grab onto Indy, leech.
He's more desperate than Willie.
And that's saying something.
Yeah. She's been trying to get on that cock all night. Oh, so Indiana Jones knows how to speak Hindu now?
Just a few of the words, like "Where's the bathroom?" and "You betrayed your satanic god." Wow, sorry, sucks to suck.
So why was it burning when that guy touched it, but not when Indy touched it? I bet in 1984 when this came out, that was like the bee's knees of computer generated special effects.
Yeah, that was an ambitious effect right there.
Yeah. Wow, they're all right around him there. They almost got the
Yeah.
British to save us.
Oh, what a shock! The British show up just a little too late to a war. What would you have guns, old chap? At a certain point now, you got to realize, all right, their weapons are better than ours. Let's maybe back up. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, they got behind us.
Well, damn it.
Damn it.
You
Honestly, he maybe drink out of the face cup. No idea how it got here.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have the strength to climb this ladder after all that. Good for him, though.
Yeah, he's more of a man than me.
He's like, can we finally do it now?
So he only has to bring one of the rocks back. He doesn't have to bring all three.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
So like batting average success is acceptable here, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically in the Hall of Fame if you hit 333, you know. This guy's more beads than before. Really been flashing them titties since they left.
Well, I mean, it's the summer season.
Right, we did have a big summer kickoff. You guys should have been here. Yeah, we would have been, but you sent us on some mission to Death Cult to get a rock for you.
Yeah. You almost got burned alive and my heart ripped out.
And a drink from a face cup.
Oh, yes, the face cup. Yeah. Weekend never ends well when you drink out of the face cup.
Oh, were all their kids who went missing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
All of a sudden,
now
also, their clothes have color in them. They didn't before.
Nope. It's metaphorical. Like, oh, we actually have been renting out your room. And we really could use the supplemental income. Could you go back to the mines, maybe?
We really want to. We really want to put a pool in the backyard, and it's just helping.
Yeah. This is going to be a pretty lit party tonight in this village, I think.
Oh yeah, this is the spot to be. So again, I just don't understand. They stole 3 rocks, but they only have to bring 1 back.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the other 2 rocks belong. Like, are there other villages that need them?
Oh, I thought they all came from this village. They came from different villages?
Maybe they did. Maybe
Okay.
they did. I don't know.
They would only have explained that in the movie.
So she literally had no reason to be here. She was only here by complete circumstance, by getting stuck on that plane, right?
Not even that. It was because she got the antidote. She put the antidote in her bra. That's the only reason she ended up here.
Like, what is the movie if she's not in it? Like, do we even need her character?
No, we don't. She was they needed a female in the movie.
She needs.
Because, I mean, it's Indiana Jones, and of course he needs to get laid. I mean, obviously, man has needs. But as far as anything else, she contributed nothing. Marion, at least in Raiders, she has the medallion, and she contributed to the story. And even in
she's like a nice
Nazi
counter.
chick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And even the Nazi chick in the Last Crusade, she contributes. She's a Nazi.
All these kids want to get a peep show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been under a trance for 6-8 months.
That's true.
Can you
Short
imagine?
round is.
Yeah,
Do you think short round gets to keep that elephant as part of the deal?
I would assume so, right? I mean, I think that was negotiated in the contract. It's just irresponsible if they
That was
didn't.
yeah. We talked about that before, and we said elephant or no deal. It's a non-starter if the elephant's not
Yeah.
included.
Horns. That was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Last thoughts.
Very, very strong third act that basically saves the movie. But it's just, as far as the original 3 Indiana Jones trilogy, this one, and again, sequels sometimes do this, but this is a weird trilogy because they're not like telling one story, but it kind of loses its way in getting so dark and into this lore that like the spirit and adventure of Indiana Jones is absent for about an hour and 15 minutes of this movie. But it closes very strong. And I think, like, having left the theater at the time, that's what you remember, at least for me. How about you?
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of this one. I was never a big fan of Short Round, but I've come around now. Pun intended. Short Round needs to be. We need more Short Round adventures. That's what I gained out of this movie. I agree. I think that this movie does not have the essence of Indiana Jones for a lot of it, but arguably might be the strongest third act of the original 3.
Yeah, and it's like a prolonged third act too. Like the action scene starts with basically 40 minutes left in the movie. Like the whole thing is, once he gets to the cult ceremony, it's nonstop action from then.
Yeah, it's just we're balls to the walls from there on out. Again, guys, that was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. You guys can hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts, wherever you're listening to us. Hit that like and subscribe button. And make sure you go to our website, www.brofoursquad.com. We post everything we do on there. We got some squad blogs. Jeff does lots of shower beer post, which is always good stuff if you're looking for something to watch. I'm the mad scientist. You're the mayor. We'll
for
see
yourself,
you guys next time. Yeah, for myself and for this other guy, the mayor himself.
If you are an 11-year-old, you're an 11-year-old going to see Dial of Destiny and you spoil it in the bathroom before the theater for anyone, no.
You're gonna get kicked in the ass. Sorry.